There's something that's going to come and hit your retirement like a brick wall. The market turns against you while you're forced to take your RMDs from your IRA accounts. Yes, you can no longer ride out the roller coaster and you're forced to take withdrawals at a loss.
Yes, being forced to take RMDs when you don't need the money has caused millions to be stressed about outliving their money or depleting their legacy.
So to prevent the possibility of running out of money, most people only know of these two strategies. Invest your IRA while the market is hot and start shifting some of the riskier investment bucket into other less risky buckets such as IRA bonds, IRA money market, or an IRA savings account.
In this video, we will discuss why those two standard buckets have major holes during your RMD years that you never really had to encounter before, and why this can potentially make your IRA buckets run dry.
And stay tuned to the end of the video where we'll discuss two other buckets that will not only satisfy your RMDs, but will either guarantee you never run out of income or preserve your legacy, or maybe both.
So if you have IRAs or 401ks, then this video is for you.
Hi, I'm Kai.
And I'm Ann. And here's a picture of Gracie, our retirement puppy, just loving the attention in our office. In the past 20 years, we have aimed to educate people like you to think outside the box and challenge the typical advice you often hear, especially regarding RMDs, thus helping you to create a healthy and wealthy retirement.
This video is a continuation of our last RMD video on how to reduce your RMDs. However, no matter how much you reduce it, you won't be able to get rid of your required minimum distribution unless you pay a huge amount in taxes.
So, Kai, let's first talk about your IRA investment bucket. While the market is going up and you're taking RMDs, you shouldn't run out of money then, right?
Yes, however, life doesn't always go as planned, as we know. If the market turns against you in your early years of retirement, you could potentially run out of money. Why? You're pulling out of the stock market while you're bleeding. This is called sequence of returns risk. It's like scratching your cut while it's in its early stages of healing. If you keep scratching it and don't leave it alone, then what will happen?
We made a video on this comparing two people, Susan and Joe, who both take out 4%, which is close to the RMD amount you would be taking out. You'll see how Susan was fine since she didn't get hit with any major recessions until she was in her mid-80s.
Whereas Joe got hit with a recession early on and never recovered. In both situations, they were taking out 4% each year, regardless of the stock market. This is the problem retirees face during their RMD years.
Kai, some people have told us that to avoid the sequence of returns risk, they will simply put their money in an IRA money market, an IRA CD, or an IRA savings account. Now, is that a smart move?
Well, true. The second strategy that you're talking about that most people know of is a bit safer from sequence of returns risk, as there's no market volatility. However, it still poses an interest rate risk due to fluctuation with the interest rates. Between 2009 and 2022, many individuals earned only 0% to just 1% interest on their IRA money market or IRA savings. If they're taking out around 4% per year with such low interest rates, especially for 13 years straight, what's the obvious answer to the results of that bucket?
Taking out more than you're earning in retirement is definitely stressful. So while that's a safer bucket from the market risk, no one can escape a low interest rate environment. And if we look at this chart that shows the peak for interest rates, the peak only lasts for 1 or 2 years max, and then it drops and stays low for 5 to 10 years on average.
We must remember that interest rate hikes are there to slow down the economy, while low interest rates are to stimulate the economy. Therefore, we should expect lower interest rates for the majority of our retirement. That's why this bucket strategy is not the best either.
Both of these buckets have holes due to sequence of returns or interest rate risk. That's another problem for some of you, paying taxes by pulling more from your IRA. Suppose you need almost every dollar from your RMDs to pay for your living expenses, and the majority of your savings is in your IRA. How will you pay the taxes for the money you pull out? You'll have to set aside extra out of each year to pay for taxes owed on the income you withdrew. So you're getting taxed on your RMDs and the extra withdrawal you took out to pay your taxes.
The result is depleting a legacy, potentially with either the IRA investment bucket or the IRA savings bucket.
Now, before we discuss this third bucket, please note that RMDs cannot be avoided. You can only mitigate their impact. And we will discuss a new strategy that we have never discussed on this channel to reduce the effect of RMDs on your legacy.
We have also recently released a video discussing 8 innovative strategies to lower your RMDs. You can find the link in the description below or simply click on the card up here to access it.
By the way, if you've enjoyed our content so far, please give us feedback by clicking that like button. YouTube also reviews this feedback and will recommend this video to others like you. So what's the hidden strategy that allows you to satisfy your RMDs and never run out of income or your legacy?
Yes, the word in this next strategy is as either a blessing or a curse. Annuities. Buying the wrong annuities could still leave you with insufficient funds. Take, for example, variable annuities that typically have fees around 2% to 4% and are subject to market volatility. That's perhaps the worst combination. You have the sequence of returns risk plus high fees plus RMDs that you can't avoid. That's potentially a triple threat against your retirement account.
Buying a QLAC annuity to defer your RMDs is not the best option either, as it locks up your money by annuitizing it, meaning you no longer own the principal and can never get your principal back if you change your mind.
Lastly, a MYGA annuity potentially has the same issues as an IRA savings account or a CD, or even a money market. You have low interest rates. We started our business in 2005, and we observed a decline in MYGA interest rates from 2009 all the way to 2022. Yes, around 2% or so for 13 years.
So what type of annuities are leak-proof? A fixed indexed hybrid pension or a hybrid guaranteed legacy annuity. Both are guaranteed to protect your principal from the market volatility, and one has the rider to ensure your income for life with a fee typically around 1%, while the other is to secure your legacy with a fee usually around 0.85%.
Let's discuss the fixed index hybrid pensions. Let's use the AARP RMD calculator to figure out how much we need to put in. Say you were born in 1960 and your IRAs are worth around $500,000 today. Now, with a 6% average return by age 75, your IRA could grow to $895,423. Now, divide that by the IRS life expectancy factor at that age of 24.6. Your first RMD could be around $36,399.
However, as you can see, if the account continues to grow, you'll be forced to take out over $50,000 for that year. Of course, this is assuming no down years in the market. Therefore, to be safe, we should estimate a little higher, around $45,000 in RMDs for our hybrid pension strategy.
Let's now put that into one of the insurance carriers' website to see how much we should put into the hybrid pension to satisfy the potential $45,000 withdrawal. Now, notice that by planning early, you only need to put in $247,218 to receive $45,000 guaranteed contractual lifetime income. That's an amazing 18.2% guaranteed lifetime payout of your original deposit.
However, if you waited until you were 74 to buy this hybrid pension and started the income the following year, you'll need a whopping $519,084 to receive the same $45,000 to satisfy your RMDs.
Yes, that's only 8.6% payout versus an 18.2% payout if you had planned earlier. That means if you waited to fund the hybrid pension 9 years later, that portion of your IRA investment would have to grow almost 2.5 times more just to get the exact same payout.
Here's a side note. Not only does your income grow each year you defer, but your cash will also grow while you're deferring your income and even after you start receiving it.
Understanding the time value of money is essential to avoid missing out on opportunity costs. You can come back and check out our other videos we've created by clicking on this card up here, or wait until the end and click on the link in the description below.
The point is, you can use just a portion of your IRA to satisfy all or most of your future RMDs. The remaining portion you can use to fund your lifestyle through another hybrid pension. This is part of our laddering out and laddering in video.
Using a ladder sooner out of your IRA to fund your lifestyle can lower your RMDs, as we mentioned in our recent Reduce Your RMD video. Again, these videos will all be listed in the description below.
Another combination strategy with a hybrid pension is to leave the remaining IRA in the market, allowing you to take on more risk. Why? Consider this. If the hybrid pension satisfies all or most of your RMDs and the market turns against you, you won't be concerned and you can ride it out.
Yes, with this hybrid pension bucket, You'll have this contractual guaranteed income to satisfy your RMDs, enjoy a richer retirement experience, and allow your remaining IRA to grow more aggressively.
Yes, that's 3 smart strategies all in one.
That's right. Now, keep in mind, this strategy works best if you still have cash value left in your hybrid pension. So choosing the correct hybrid pension is crucial.
What if you want to leave a guaranteed legacy and are not concerned about having income for life, but you still have to satisfy your RMDs? What is the best strategy for that?
That would be through what's called an enhanced death benefit rider. We like to call this the hybrid guarantee legacy model. These death benefit riders guarantee a fixed rate of growth, much like a MYGA or a CD, but you get this high interest rate for a much longer period. The fixed rate will guarantee your legacy even if the index performs poorly or negatively.
However, not all death benefit riders are equal. Also, in making these videos, keep in mind that rates are subject to change and the features can vary per state. There's a distinct death benefit model called the Family Endowment Rider, or FER, which we will show actual illustration in a bit.
Now, here's another way to think about this hybrid guarantee legacy model. Imagine a hybrid by combining a CD or MYGA. Yes, you got the principal protection with a guarantee rate that guarantees 5% for 20 years or up to age 85. Or they'll give you the index potential, whichever one is greater. Imagine the bank telling you that when you pass away, your beneficiaries will receive the greater of the two, whichever performs better.
Now, say you change your mind and want to walk away 20 years later. If so, you won't get the 5% guaranteed rate, but you will get your principal and the credits from the index's performance. Seems too good to be true, right?
Well, let's take a look at an actual illustration for the special family endowment rider FER model. Let's start with the same $500,000 example, assuming you're 65 years old and you took out your RMDs each year.
This first page represents your cash value on the left, accompanied by a bonus, but with a 0% return from the market for 30 years. We refer to this as the impossible page, since the market cannot be negative consecutively for 30 years in a row.
Well, and even if the impossible happened, you will see here, if you start at age 65 with a compound minimum contractual guaranteed rate of 5% per year, credited to the death benefit column, your beneficiaries always promise to receive the greater of your cash account or the 5% family endowment rider, the FER's minimum growth. So if you passed away at age 85, your beneficiaries would receive, as you can see here, $1,017,232, despite earning 0% in your cash account. This amount is net after you took out your approximate RMD withdrawals totaling, over on this column, $226,184. That's a total of $1,243,416 that you and your beneficiaries would receive at a minimum, even if the market crashed every single year.
Let's now compare that page to the past performance page. Your RMD withdrawals will be more after 20 years than on the other page, totaling $494,482. Why? Well, this is because we are factoring in the past market's performance. Also, notice whether you passed away or cashed out, you or your beneficiary would walk away with $1,067,588. Why are these two amounts the same?
Well, this is the key point. The base death benefit includes the 15% bonus plus the index performance, which is equal to your account's cash value. As you can see, with the help of the index, the base death benefit value of $1,067,588 grew faster than this other column that shows your family endowment rider of $727,692, which grew at a slower rate of 5% compounded per year. The sweet deal is that your beneficiary is promised to get the greater of the two. Get it?
So combining the $1,067,588, which is both your surrender value or your base death benefit value, with your cumulative RMD withdrawals of $494,482. Your grand total is $1,562,070.
Let's now compare both the 0% impossible scenario page against the past 10 years page side by side. As you can clearly see, your beneficiaries will receive the minimum guaranteed family endowment rider of 5% compounded per year for a minimum of 8 years or up to age 85, or the bonus plus the index performance, whichever is greater as compared to the other page.
Remember, those amounts included the total benefits of ownership, meaning the total benefits you collected in RMDs, as well as what you or your beneficiaries would receive.
So your total benefits of ownership are $1,243,416, regardless of whether the market crashed, and you earn 0% for the entire 20 years.
If the market performed the same as it has in the past 10 years, your total benefits of ownership would be $1,562,070. Kai, if your RMDs are already satisfied by other IRA accounts, can they simply withdraw money at their discretion with this strategy rather than each year?
That's a good question. Yes, this strategy is not forcing you to take any withdrawals. So you can use IRA or non-IRA money to fund this. The fantastic concept behind the strategy is that even if you do take out 4 or 5% per year, your beneficiaries after 20 years will still receive the growth of 5% minimum compound per year. And if you took less, that's just more money in the pocket for your beneficiary. It's truly a win-win for those who want to earn income either regularly or just occasionally.
In summary, here are the key features of this FER model compared to other death benefit riders. You have a substantial cash value bonus. Yes, a cash bonus, not a rider bonus, up to 15%, depending on your state's availability. Your cash value or the standard death benefit will compound off that bonus with uncapped participation rates of 100 to 200% of the index's performance.
Next, you have the surrender value. If you change your mind and want to cash out, you'll have 10% penalty-free withdrawals after the first year and 5% in year one, and no penalty after 8 to 12 years, depending on the term that you choose.
You can convert your cash value to a Roth, which will also benefit your beneficiary. A high minimum interest rate for your enhanced death benefit rider, or FER, typically at 5% compound per year. This rate is guaranteed for many years, typically for 8 years or through the age of 85, whichever is greater. Some states only up to 20 years.
That's right. And if the cash value or standard death benefit performs better than the 5% guaranteed rate, your beneficiaries will receive that higher amount.
The last few features, no health underwriting involved. You can purchase this model up to age 80. You can use a qualified IRA or non-qualified non-IRA as a deposit.
Yes, the above points would be dependent on state availability. So give us a call to see what's available for you. We represent over 50 plans and can assist in all 50 states, allowing us to shop for the best ones tailored to your needs, just like this distinct model.
By the way, these fixed index annuities with enhanced death benefit riders are not the same as life insurance policies. You cannot put your IRA into a life insurance policy and satisfy your RMDs. However, the fact that it guarantees a death benefit sounds similar to life insurance in the sense that the only one who benefits from this rider's growth is your beneficiaries.
Thanks for clarifying that point, Anne. Although it's not tax-free like life insurance, this is a strong solution for your IRA RMD problem while leaving a guaranteed legacy.
We are a firm believer in combining multiple strategies, such as the hybrid legacy and hybrid pension models. If you're new to hybrid pensions, please find our 4 curated playlists in the description below or click on this card up here.
Now, there's another major concern. Social Security has just announced that its projected 23% cut is going to most likely happen a year sooner than expected. Well, in this video, you'll discover 2 proven strategies and 1 patented approach that can help protect your retirement from the impact of these potential cuts.
Or click here to learn 8 hidden smart strategies to reduce your RMDs and lower your tax bill. Remember to click the like button if you enjoy this video. See you next time.